What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J-Main, back checking in with the people. Today I wanted to do a quick video talking about Supermassive Games. Now, if you're not aware of who Supermassive Games are, they're the studio behind the game that I love, Until Dawn. Probably one of my favorite games this generation. Definitely a sleeper hit in my opinion. When I played through that game, I really enjoyed it. I wanted to go through and play it again because, these type of interactive adventure games, they have those multiple playthroughs where you can have different outcomes for different characters and things like that. So I kind of wanted to go through it again. I wanted to do something for October during the Halloween month, but it didn't go through. So maybe another time, maybe another day, maybe another year, I'll go back to Until Dawn. But definitely one of my favorite games this generation. If you haven't gotten a chance to check it out, I believe it was free on PlayStation Plus. And maybe you added it to your library because, that's what I do. If it's a game on PlayStation Plus, even if I don't care to play it, I just add it to my library because you never know. Maybe one day you'll want to get around to playing some of those free games that they got on there. So it was on there a few months ago, if not a year ago, something like that. Go check it out. See if, you like it, if that's, your cup of tea in this kind of game. But on to what I really wanted to make the video about is Supermassive Games. What have they been up to? Now, for a while after Until Dawn came out, I was like, maybe Sony should pick up, Supermassive Games as a first-party studio. Now, I know they had relationships with the people who make Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, Quantic Dream, and the more recent Detroit Become Human. They're not a first-party studio, but them and Sony have like kind of a first-party relationship where they make exclusive games for the PlayStation. Pretty good games, if you ask me. And they're in this same style, those interactive adventure games. They have a decent to good story and, great characters and things like that. Supermassive Games actually released trailers for a new game they got coming out called The Man of Medan. Now, this game is supposed to be the first game within the Dark Pictures anthology, which brings supernatural horror on board a ghost ship adrift in the South Pacific. So I like ghost ship kind of, theories when it comes to horror movies. That kind of stuff creeps me out. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Ghost Ship. Probably not the best of movies, but just that theme of the movie kind of gets to me. Even Resident Evil 7 had a segment in there where you're kind of on a ship and it's haunted and things like that. I love that part of the game. So even though watching the trailers for this game, the voice acting wasn't really good to me, just the setting alone, I'm probably going to check this game out. But Bandai Namco is actually publishing this game. So they're not, it's not an exclusive. This game is going to be a multi-plat on multiple platforms like Xbox, and it'll probably come to PC and things like that too. So I had questions like, well, what's going on with their relationship with Sony? Now, recently they did an interview talking about that relationship with Sony, and a quote from that interview reads, "Well, our relationship with Sony is still excellent. We are working on several unannounced PlayStation exclusives. True, it is impossible to talk about them in detail. In general, I really wanted to present our work to the widest possible audience. That is, the Dark Pictures needs to be released on several platforms." So basically, they're talking about they got multiple games with PlayStation that are, pretty much getting ready to be announced soon. Now, I know they did a VR project. I think it's called Until Dawn Rush of Blood, where it was kind of like that carnival VR type stuff. Something that they put together around when VR first came out, that people said was pretty decent for a VR experience. And now it seems as if they got more unannounced projects, which could be the PlayStation games or VR games. Who knows what they are? When I first read this quote, immediately I thought, maybe this is Until Dawn 2 that they're working on. Because the way, and I don't want to spoil anything, but the way Until Dawn plays out, not only could I see a sequel to that game that takes place within that same kind of storyline, but I could also see a sequel to that game that takes place within that same universe. You know what I mean? It's a group of friends who go to a haunted house and things happen there. There can be many things that happen in the sequel to that game where maybe it's another group that go to a different house, or maybe they visit the same house, or maybe they are at least in the same town, or maybe they reference the kids from the previous game. You know what I mean? Kind of similar to what they're doing with the Dark Pictures anthology, where I'm assuming most of these games are going to be connected in some type of way. They can kind of do the same thing with Until Dawn. Just keep it as the base name of the game, and Until Dawn becomes this universe that multiple games live in. So I'm excited to hear that they're working on PlayStation exclusives because I want a sequel to Until Dawn. I really enjoyed the game. So that is why I got excited when I read this article. And I'm like, well, maybe this is, going to be one of the games that they got coming out towards the end of the PS4 cycle, because we all know PS5 is going to be here within the next 2 years, if you ask me. And at the end of the generation, you probably wind it down. You get some of the, the smaller projects out. You really want to kind of save your big projects, unless you already announced them, for the next generation. We got Last of Us, we got Death Stranding, we got Ghost of Tsushima, we got Days Gone. Those are all coming out on PS4. Those are already announced. But when it comes to unannounced games, I can see a title like an Until Dawn 2 ending the generation off, or something within that vein. You know what I mean? So good to hear that Supermassive Games is working on some more PlayStation games. I'm probably going to check out the Dark Pictures. So make sure y'all tune into my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/jmain518. I'm over there. Also, this weekend, Press Start is doing their 24-hour live stream. It's going to be on the Press Start Twitch channel that we will have up soon. So make sure y'all look out for that. Also, rate the video, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Get down in the comment section as well. Let me know what you guys think about this news that Supermassive Games might possibly be working on Until Dawn 2 right now. So let me know what you guys think about this, and I'll check y'all in my next video. Peace.